What's up guys, Astral Radiance is here and we are going to look at the top 10 cards from the set today. We're going to look at the top 5 artworks from Brilliant Stars as well as the top 5 most playable cards from Astral Radiance. Super excited to see what potential this set has. There's lots of really cool cards both in the artwork and in the playability. We got Dark Patch is back, we got that big Forme Palkia Vstar. That's going to be a big card in the competitive scene, but don't forget about all the alternate art Pokemon V cards in this set. Those are some stunning ones. We'll look at a few today. Let's go ahead and get started with the top 10 cards from Astral Radiance. Before we get going, I do want to remind everyone that if you enjoy this content and you would like to see more, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and drop a comment down below. I would greatly appreciate it. Alright, so let's get started with the most beautiful artworks from Astral Radiance. We're going to start with number 5, which is going to be this Garchomp V from the Trainer Gallery. This one is really cool. So we have Cynthia right here with her Garchomp, and they are in the spotlight with that beautiful blue background. The Trainer Gallery really does have some nice V cards. If you pull this one in real life, it looks even better, trust me. This is a really cool card. I know a lot of people are going to be chasing it. Not exactly the most playable card, but the artwork on this is phenomenal. Let's move into the number 4 most beautiful card, which is this Zacian V, also from the Trainer Gallery. Now, I know a lot of people might not be hunting this one, but in my opinion, this is a really cool card. I saw this card in Japanese when the Trainer Gallery was initially released in Japanese, and I've been waiting for it to come out in English ever since. We have Zacian with Hop here on the card, and as you can see, Zacian is actually handing that rusted sword to Hop, and he's going to take it. It's a really cool moment that was captured right here on this card. I think this card is just beautiful, really cool looking with Hop and Zacian. I've been waiting for this one to come out. Super excited that it's finally here. We're going to move to number 3 for the most beautiful card. We're going to look at Hisuian Sneasel V alternate art. I mentioned that Astral Radiance has lots of really good looking alternate art V cards, and this is just one of them. So we do have Sneasel on here as well as some of those other Pokemon at the top of the cliff, but the highlight of this card is definitely that sunset or sunrise, I'm not sure which one it is, in the back there. It's really actually the center point of this card. If you pull this card in real life, you'll notice that the texture actually kind of radiates out from the sun. You can kind of see it here on PTCGO as well. This card is just so good. We have the painted artwork on here. It really just looks like a painting, like someone just painted this with the clouds and the landscape. It's just a really nice scene that was captured here on this card. Just looks like a painting that someone did in real life. Just a really cool card, and again, it looks even better when you pull it in real life. Number 2 for the best looking card is going to Origin Form Dialga V alternate art card. The colors on this are spectacular. We have green, orange, red, pink, and that blue background with Dialga in the middle. This is a breathtaking card. It's just stunning. I love that we have Dialga kind of blending in a little bit with that blue background, but we have those really cool clouds surrounding him with those colors that just pop against that blue background. Just a really cool looking card. Again, looks even better in real life, but even here on PTCGO, it just looks so good. I just love all the different colors on this card. A really good looking Pokemon card. Number 1 for the best looking card from Astral Radiance, Origin Form Palkia V. I already know that everyone is hunting this card. It's kind of based off of a painting called Relativity. We have Palkia there in the center, but then all around him is just this complex yet beautiful landscape structure. I'm not sure what to call it. It's kind of confusing, but looks really good at the same time. This really just looks like somebody just drew this and painted it, and it could be displayed in a museum. I mean, it is based off of a very famous painting, but with Palkia in there, the scene is just complete. really just looks stunning. I love this card. If I could pull this in real life, I would be super happy. A really cool looking card with Origin Forme Palkia V alternate art. Now let's move into some of the new, more playable cards in Astral Radiance. There are some real bangers in this set, but we're going to start off with number 5, Darkrai Vstar. I think Darkrai Vstar has some really big potential. There's quite a bit of Dark type support in Astral Radiance. He packs 270 HP. He is a Dark type and a V-Star, so he's only going to give up 2 prize cards when your opponent knocks him out. It's very reminiscent of one of my favorite cards, Greninja and Zoroark GX Tag Team from Unbroken Bonds. Dark Pulse is the attack, 2 colorless energy hits for 30 base damage, but then adds 30 damage for every dark energy attached to all of your Pokemon. With cards like Hydreigon from Darkness Ablaze and the return of Dark Patch in Astral Radiance, you can easily get all that dark energy into play. And if you are using Dark Patch to accelerate that dark energy, you can easily get it back using the ability Star Abyss, which is the V-Star power for Darkrai. During your turn, you may put up to 2 item cards from your discard pile into your hand. Essentially, you could grab 2 more Dark Patch from your discard pile, allowing you to use Dark Patch's effect 6 times in one game. That's a lot of dark energy accelerating, which means lots of damage off of Dark Pulse. I'm really hoping to pull some of the cards for the Darkrai V-Star deck. I think it'd be a lot of fun to put together. Just reminds me a lot of the Greninja and Zoroark Tag Team GX card from Unbroken Bonds. Alright, number 4 is Mighteyana. Again, Dark type. We have lots of dark support in Astral Radiance. It's really cool. We have the ability Hustle Bark. If your opponent has any Pokemon VMAX in play, this Pokemon's attacks cost 3 colorless energy less. Alright, he's also a dark type. Keep that in mind. Wild Tackle hits for 160 damage, and look at the attack cost, 3 colorless energy. So if your opponent has any Pokemon VMAX in play, Mighteyana is attacking for free. He also does 50 damage to himself when he uses Wild Tackle. If you wanted to include some healing cards to maybe heal up Mighteyana in your Mighteyana deck, you could do that, but since he's a single prize Pokemon, he only has 110 HP, he's most of the time going to get knocked out in one hit. But speaking of knocking out Pokemon in one hit, Mighteyana has received a lot of hype because it is the perfect counter for Mew VMAX. Dark type, Mew VMAX is weak to dark. If your opponent has a Pokemon VMAX in play, hits for free. Attack does 160 damage, multiply that by 2, and we can OHKO Mew VMAX in one hit. I'm planning on making a video on Mighteyana in the future, talking about whether or not it's really as good as people are hyping it up to be, but as for now, let's just admire the artwork on this really awesome trainer gallery card, and think of the potential that Mighteyana has in the Pokemon trading card game competitive scene. Moving into number 3, we have Radiant Greninja. So this is a water type Pokemon, it's 130 HP, and it's one of the new Radiant Pokemon. As you can see, the artwork actually shows a shiny Greninja, which is really cool. Obviously, I'm hyped up about this card because Greninja does happen to be my favorite Pokemon, and his shiny form is really awesome. So I'm super excited to hopefully pull Radiant Greninja in some of my Astral Radiance packs and put this one in my collection and in my decks. Now we do have the Radiant Pokemon rule on here. Remember, you can't have more than 1 Radiant Pokemon in your deck. So if you go with Greninja, that's going to be the only Radiant Pokemon you can have. Ability is Concealed Cards. You must discard an energy card from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during a turn, you may draw 2 cards. Essentially the same as Chinchino or Liepard or Zoroark GX, if you remember that, with that trade ability, but it's with an energy card, but still very good because this is a basic Pokemon. In the past, with that ability, that kind of trade ability, it's always been a stage 1 Pokemon, but with Greninja, you can just slap him right down onto your bench because he is a basic. To think this could slot into that Darkrai V-Star deck pretty well because we are discarding energy with it, so discarding energy, draw a couple cards, use Dark Patch to accelerate that back into play, and hit for big damage with Darkrai V-Star's Dark Pulse attack. Don't forget about the attack on here, Moonlight Shuriken, 2 water energy, 1 colorless, discard 2 energy from this Pokemon, and does 90 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. So you can hit the active, hit the bench, it's up to you. Radiant Greninja has lots of possibilities. Now coming in at the second most useful card, it's a Dark Patch. Everyone's been waiting for this card to finally make its return from way back in the black and white era, and it's finally here. It's simple and effective. Attach a basic dark energy from your discard pile to one of your bench dark Pokemon. That's about as good as it gets, especially fueling up that Dark Pulse attack for Darkrai Vstar hits for some high numbers. I'm really excited to use Dark Patch in the standard format, but also just to be able to get my hands on it and then use it in the expanded format, just because Dark Patch has been kind of a scarce and hard to get your hands on card because it hasn't been around since the black and white era. I'm super happy Dark Patch is back. Alright. Our final card is the Palkia Vstar Origin Form card. Now this card is getting some hype. 280 HP and it's a water type. Subspace Swell costs 2 water energy and does 60 damage as the base, and then adds 20 for each bench Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponent's. So if both players have full benches, we could hit for 260 damage with Origin Form Palkia Vstar for just 2 water energy. This is very reminiscent of the Suicune V deck that we've been seeing lately, and you could potentially employ the same strategy as Suicune if you want to. Maybe use Ludicolo and hit for some really high numbers, calling those Pokemon VMAX with Subspace Swell, but you could always just throw a choice belt on here, hit for maybe 290 damage. That should get you a knockout on pretty much any Pokemon V-Star in Pokemon V. Don't forget about V-Star power ability is Star Portal. During your turn, you may attach up to 3 water energy cards from your discard pile to your water Pokemon in any way you like. That is a comeback move if I have ever seen one. It's going to fuel up your Palkia V-Stars very, very quickly. If you're in a pinch and you can't get enough energy into play, just use Star Portal. Throw that energy into play. And don't forget you can manually attach 1 more energy from your hand. So that could be like 4 water energy into play in 1 turn, which is enough to set up 2 Palkia V-Stars. So that's a comeback move right there with that ability, Star Portal. Very powerful. I didn't see Palkia Vstar coming. I did not think it's going to be as good as I think it is going to be now. I think it's going to be a huge card and it will be the new king of the meta, but we'll see how it shakes out if Origin Form Palkia Vstar really does climb to the top as people are predicting it to. But as for now, this is a really cool card, obviously very powerful. We'll see how things shake out in the Astral Radiance metagame. Hope you enjoyed looking at the top 10 cards from Astral Radiance. If you enjoyed, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And let me know down in the comments, what are your chase cards from Astral Radiance? What are you hoping to pull? What decks are you hoping to build? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I can't wait to see them. But as for now, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, trainers.